So what my sermon will be about is self-worth, and I chose this topic because it's super personal to me, and that for years and years I really struggled with trying to find what my worth is and where do I find it. And so I chose to do it on self-worth because I feel like, especially over the last year, it has grown in me. And I think especially being a tribe leader, God's just shown me that it is so important to always know where your worth comes from. And so then I'm going to be sharing a story about how I really struggled, especially second semester of the first year of Life Point College, with feeling like I didn't belong here. And I don't even know why. I think it was just the enemy telling me to like steer away. But I really thought that I had to work to feel like work more to feel worthy, I guess. And so I really stretched myself too thin with a lot of things, and I said yes to everything, which is great, but even things that were just tiring and exhausting, and I couldn't give my best effort to a lot of people, and that ended up being more hurting than good. And then I'm just going to go into the 3 points. And my first point is your accomplishments don't make you worthy. And I'm going to be using Jeremiah 1:8-10. And that just says, "Do not be afraid of them, for I am with you and will rescue you, declares the Lord. And then the Lord has reached out his hand and touched my mouth and said to me, I have put my words in your mouth. See, today I appoint you over nations and kingdoms to uproot them and tear them down, to destroy and overthrow and to build the past." Is that God put those accomplishments in your path, but they don't define you, that you have the ability to do anything God calls you to, but it's God's will that will get you there. And then the next thing is that your past does not define you or choose your worth. And that is Jeremiah 17-19. And it says, "Get yourself ready, stand up and say to them, whatever I command to you. Do not be terrified for them, or I will terrify you before them. Today I have made you a fortified city, an iron pillar and a bronze wall to stand against the whole land, against kings of Judah, its officials, its priests, and its lands of people. They will fight against you, but you will not overcome it, for I am with you and will rescue you, declares the Lord." And I chose that because it says, today I have made you a fortified city, that no matter what you've done before, God can always fortify you and God will always make you whole. And so that you should never let your past define you for who you are. And then the last verse, or the last point that I have, is Jeremiah 1:5. And that is, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart, and I appointed you to the prophet of the nations." And that just really showed me that God chose for me to be set apart from everybody else, and that God is with you and that he loves you. And from even before you were born, he chose that you would be worthy of his love, and he gave you worth and love. And so I think that was just like such a powerful verse. And then I'm just going to go back into my personal story to conclude, of me working me showing up and serving, or me working more at my job or anything didn't prove my worth, because that was already given to me. But that it didn't define who I was, and that God decided that I was worthy long before that.